Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of my podcast, Bitches Who Brunch, a show where I talk about whatever the fuck I want. So today I have my lovely boyfriend Ryan.
Hi.
Who I dragged to be here because I want to kind of do like a life updatey kind of podcast.
Was that the last episode we recorded?
Jeez, come for me. My God. Ow. Listen, okay, it's been a few months, all right? Just bear with me, okay? It's fine. It's fine.
And we're also recording this in video format this time. So if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever the heck this ends up.
Love you the most. Probably TikTok because I can't stop watching them. But yeah, so last time we spoke, it was, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me look it up really quick.
Yeah, I want to say it was about 4 or 5 months ago. And that was kind of at the very beginning of like when things kind of started to change for us. So just as like a little kind of like recap, I used to work at Disney World. I was a like recreation cast member and I was at Boardwalk Resort. That is no longer the case. And we also no longer live in Florida. That's kind of the weirdest thing of all things to say.
Right? I know it's hard to tell, but new apartment.
Yes.
Not that you saw much of the old
We're in
one.
the new apartment. And we're also kind of sort of maybe living in like our dream place of like California. Like, so yeah, so things were very different. And so there's reasons for my absence. Not like, don't get me wrong, like I could have done this, but I wouldn't have been in the right like mindset for it. And I really didn't want to, just read me to Phil. February
6th.
8 months ago. Hey y'all.
8 months ago was I feel like it hasn't been that long, but I guess it has been.
Well, we recorded a couple that didn't work out.
That's true.
And they never made it to
That's very
being
true.
out. So that's part of it. So there is one that we recorded that never saw the light of day.
Did we have Gigabyte then?
We did.
Okay, we did have Gigabyte then.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We've had him ever since it started.
In January of 19?
Yeah. Maybe we got him in November of 18.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because we had Christmas. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. Everything's all good now.
Yeah. So
everything makes sense in my world.
So things are very different. I don't know where to start. Where do you want to? Okay, before we get into that, let's start with something like super fun and like lighthearted. Like, 3 really obscure facts about you that I don't know about you. Which is hard.
What don't you know about me?
I don't know. Tell me.
After
dating for 7 years, I should know everything. But let's see.
I don't know. You put me on the spot.
I told you that I was going to ask that question.
Yeah, but you didn't tell me that. You didn't say like what you didn't know about me. You didn't throw in that little speculation.
Wanted something spicy. I don't know.
I have no idea. You didn't even give me any time to think about it. You do yours first since you're so prepared with all the questions.
Okay, so I thought about this one the other day. When I was in 4th grade, I, for some reason, became very self-conscious about like anything and everything that I did. And so, first of all, it started off with my handwriting. I would spend hours and hours every day rewriting letters until I liked the way that they looked. And then I would always get in trouble because all my S's looked like R's. But also in 4th grade, I spent hours and hours and hours listening to other people's laughs and then trying to mimic them and then see if it fit like my personality.
I knew that.
You knew that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
so try again. Now you gotta get another fact.
You're a butt munch.
I'm just messing with you, sweetheart. I don't know any facts about me. I feel like you know me better than I know myself.
Okay,
so...
then like, they can be things that I know, just different facts. Give me something fun. Zesty.
Zesty facts.
Spicy.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I used to sell candy out of a pop-up ice cream truck out of the front of my house.
That's not very spicy.
That is so... Okay.
It is spicy. I like it.
I mean, it's not sweet. It's not spicy. It's sweet. Hold on, I got something in my eye. My other fact would be the people in the video are looking at me like, what the heck is he doing? I swear there's something in there. There we go. All right. My second fact would be that I feel like most people don't know that my family's from Canada and I traveled up there every summer.
That's not very spicy.
What do you mean? That's so cool. I used to sit in a car
It's
for
cool,
12 hours
but
every
it's not
summer.
spicy. I
You're
want
gonna tell
something
me
like,
You're gonna
that's
tell
like
me
me saying, oh, I'm adopted. Not spicy.
I'm not a spicy person, I guess, then.
Give me some, like, yum.
There's nothing I could think about because you put me on the spot over here.
Let's see. Let's see. You were in a screamo band. That's spicy.
Okay.
Scary,
okay.
but spicy.
It's a hardcore band.
A hardcore band.
But, okay, I guess that's spicy, whatever.
It is spicy. I have your CD.
Yeah. There's
And your merch.
There's videos online of it. There's a lot of documented evidence of that.
Yeah, I know.
If you knew me before... I feel like anyone who knew me before or during high school knew I was in a band. So I feel like that's not that spicy.
Yeah, but like think about how far removed you are from your high school self.
I don't like to think about how long ago I graduated high school because it makes me feel old.
Oh my god, you're not 40.
It still makes me feel old.
But you're not like 40.
No, but it's
Now's the
just
time
like,
you can think about it.
What do you mean? Why is it now? At 40, it's like, yeah, I was class of 96, blah, 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 blah. Then it's like, yeah, I'm going to my reunion. Can you not mess with the table?
There's still frosting.
Frosted? Oh, from the Janine thing?
Yeah.
Gross.
So,
Don't mess.
one of my former, like, co-workers, Janine, she came over and we did a, like, gingerbread, like, YouTube video, like, making a gingerbread house. And she made a mess. And now I'm sitting here looking in like the little crevices of my nice little wood coffee table, and there's white frosting that has dried, and now I am grossed out.
Yeah, because that frosting's literally a year old. So
Yep, that's gross.
spicy.
But I swear I've cleaned my table.
Yeah, I've tried to wipe it down as best as I could.
Yeah.
We'll just have to take like a thingy to it. Mm-hmm. But let's get back to the topic at hand.
What?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, what topic are you referring to?
Everything that's happened in the past 8 months, my love.
Oh my lord. Okay, so let's see. The last one I did was in February.
February 6th.
So in March. In March, we celebrated your birthday.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. We did what did we do?
We did the animal trek thing in Animal
That was
Kingdom.
this year, not last year?
Yeah,
it was this year. Okay. I thought I was going crazy.
Because we didn't live in, hold on. 2019.
Oh my god, we're getting so old.
What did we do for my birthday last year?
I think we did the safari trek.
Are you sure we didn't do that as soon as we... No, because we didn't have Gigabyte when we did that.
Oh my god. Ew. I'm old.
So, what did we do for my birthday? We didn't do... I don't know. I guess we didn't... Not that I can... Wow.
Okay. Well, then that happened in March. I don't remember anything that happened in April, May, or June. Or the end of June, we ended up going to Toronto.
Yep.
Which was really fun for one of Ryan's relatives' weddings. And that was really cool. We got to spend a week in Toronto.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And then... Okay, so...
I'm just waiting for you to incriminate yourself and tell them what actually happened.
Okay, so this is what happened. So there were some like things that were going on like at my work location that like were a little upsetting to me. And so one day I went home and I was in a really bad mood because I was just really annoyed, as one is. And I went on to like the hub, which is like the cast member like portal like place for everything. So that's like internal job postings, it's your schedule, is anything going on around the like resort, anything that you want to know related to being a cast member, it's all on the hub. So I got all in my feelings, and I searched on the internal job postings and to see what was open for Disneyland. And guest relations, which may or may not have been my absolute dream, maybe, may or may not have been hiring. And I'm not saying that I applied to this job position and didn't tell Ryan, but that might have happened.
She did. I knew she was applying because I could look over at her screen and I had the concept. But she did not tell me she was going to do it. She did not tell me she did it afterwards. She did not tell me she was we talked about she was talking about compliment. Wow, I'm not going to use big words today. It's just too hard. It's early in the morning. She was thinking about it, but it was she was too scared to take serious action. And then she applied for it without telling me. And then she got an interview, and then she got another interview. What'd you get, 3 interviews?
I got 2 interviews, and then they sent me an offer.
And then she got the offer, and it was like, hey, we need you out here in 2 weeks. And we're like,
yeah.
Okay.
So we now live in California, and I now work at Disneyland, and I have my dream role, and that's kind of where that is, okay? So that's why I haven't been here. I've been busy making money moves.
Slow down. Don't just gloss over that, because that's really where all the changes have happened. Because once she got the job, we had, 3-4 weeks to move everything out from...
2.5.
2.5 weeks to move everything from Florida, pack up everything, and move it over to California. What day did we have to be here?
So I had to be here on July 23rd, and I got the official, okay, we want you, and this is going to be your start date on July 5th.
Yeah. So we had to be out here July 5th.
No. We had to be out here July 23rd.
Sorry, July 23rd. And she had to be in person for that was quotation marks for the people listening to the podcast, not watching it. She had to be in person for a specialty training to confirm some information and sign some paperwork or whatever.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. So we rushed. We had a crazy. So... Luckily, I was able to convince my father, who very graciously, initially when we moved out to Florida, offered to drive all of our stuff up. And then he was able to do it again. I'm so thankful for that. We had to ship my car. Her car was towed behind the moving truck. And my dad drove all of our stuff across the country. And then all we had to do was fly ourselves and Gigabyte over to California, which I was very, very thankful for. And the moving process was really rough because everything was super rushed in terms of packing. Yeah. And it was still very hot and very humid in Florida, and it was raining constantly. Yep. And I would even try loading the van at 2 a.m, but I'd still be sweating and almost dying of a heat stroke. It wasn't that bad, but it was hot. It was really, really hot. And so we've eventually got through it. We had to hire movers because I was just there's no way I'm getting all this stuff down in time. My dad arrived in literally within 4 hours, and we had 20 to 30% of the van packed. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah, so
especially trying to manage a dog who is very, very emotionally attached to things, and he obviously was 7 or 8 months old, and he had no idea what was going on.
Well, it was also he has trouble with changing environments. Yeah, not so much taking him to a new environment, but the environment around him changing. So it was his house that he knew, where his couch was, as this was, and that was, and then all of a sudden everything was being thrown in boxes, and he was not handling it the greatest.
No, he was having a hard time.
But nevertheless, we got through it. Long nights. We had a whole issue with the flights. Do you want to get into that, babe?
Yes, but it's just so like.
I know. It feels like it was ages ago.
It does. And it's like, it's almost frustrating how hard it was to get out here.
Well, gee, if only we had more time to plan out this move.
But that's okay. It was all worth it. So, everything, I would do it all over again.
Do you even remember everything that happened with the flights?
Kind of. There was, so, initially, we were running, like, really low on time. It just, his dad had to leave at at X hour, and we still had this much to still kind of pack, because it was, like, literally, like, taking your arm on a shelf and just dumping it all into a box and taping it up and throwing it in. But we also lived on the 3rd floor with no elevator, so it wasn't like you were just like, oh, well, let's just load everything in and take everything out. No, it's like you take down box by box, flight by flight, and, it just kind of took a while. And so we ended up having to, did we change our flight?
Yeah, so we wanted to push our flight back because we flew out in the afternoon. It was like 3 o'clock. We wanted to push our flight back to
that night, like a red eye.
So there was like a 9:50 flight. Mm-hmm. And because Gigabyte's an emotional support animal, and because we had to fly with him, I called to change our flight instead of doing it online. I don't know, I guess because of Gigabyte, but it was
because, like, so...
It probably just felt like the easiest option.
Gigabyte is an emotional support animal, and we have the paperwork for it. However...
No, that's before we even knew.
No, it's not.
Yeah, yeah. We pushed our flight back because we didn't think we were going to have everything packed in time.
Oh.
Initially.
Okay.
You almost spoiled it. You almost spoiled the juicy bits, my love.
Y'all, this thing was a journey. It was a mission. It was... Oh, girl, it took a village to get us out here.
So anyways, I called initially to reschedule our flights to push them back so we could leave at the night instead of the afternoon, because we just weren't getting everything done in time. So when I called and I spoke to the gentleman, he pushed back our flight. It was no big deal. And then we thought everything is all peaches and gravy. We're good to go. Mm-hmm. And then during the frantic moving process that it was and the packing process, I lost Gigabyte's letter that states that he is like my emotional support animal, that he is allowed to fly with us. I lost that. So I had to call Southwest to see if they would take electronic version, because they had it previously documented, if I needed to present it, or how could I make this work? Because we have to leave to California because she has to get to her training meeting thingy,
at X
new
hour.
hire thing at X hour. It was like at 3 o'clock.
Yep.
And I talked to the lady. She's like, oh, well, like let me call the airport. Let me do this and that. Real quick, let me just check your reservation number really quick. And I give her our reservation number. And then she's like, oh, this flight's for next month. You said you were trying to fly out tonight? And I was like, yeah, I was going to leave for the airport in like an hour from now. What? She's like, yeah. I'm like, well, I just rescheduled this through another Southwest employee.
Yeah.
I'll call Southwest out. I'm coming for you, Southwest. And the lady was very sweet, though.
She was wonderful.
And it was supposed to be for tonight, and I thought it was weird that I didn't see the flight on the app, but he assured me that it was okay. And she was like, yeah, no, that's our month from now. We need to get you out to California. And I was just like, yeah.
You do.
So, long story short, it's been a long time, very stressful, on the phone with this lady, trying to get things figured out. Luckily, she was extremely helpful. Stop messing with the table.
Sorry, I can't help it. It's just staring at me. It's staring.
But we ended up switching. We ended up finding a flight for the morning.
Yep.
Or it was more so afternoon.
No, it was the morning, and then we landed at 1 o'clock.
Oh, that's
LA time.
We had no. We had
a layover.
No. We had like 2-day leeway. We were gonna be there 2 days early.
We were gonna be there 1 day early.
1 day early.
Yeah.
So we had a day of leeway, and so we ended up having to fly out that leeway day when we wanted to be there a day prior. We flew out that day. I had to have, because my doctors are still in Vegas, so in terms of getting an emotional support animal letter reprinted, they were in Vegas. I couldn't just run to like a Florida office, right? So I had to have my mother, who graciously was very patient with me and very understanding, run out to my doctor's office in Las Vegas, get a reprinted letter, scan it on her phone, email it to me, and then I was just crossing my fingers that they accepted a electronic version. And then I ended up having to get it printed out at the post office like 2 minutes before they closed. And the second I got the letter, because I took Gigabyte with us.
We were together.
Yeah, we took Gigabyte with us to walk to the post office because it was in our apartment complex. The second I walk out with the letter, he jumps up and rips it. I'm like,
that's our dog.
Like, dude, really, dude. But luckily the letter, they accepted it. It was no problem at all. But then our flights. So we got on our flight with Gigabyte. I
wish we were kidding, y'all. Like, this was so challenging.
Yeah, with Gigabyte we request priority boarding because he is a larger dog. He is a Siberian Husky, and in terms of if we were to get put in a full row with 3 people and him, it would be very, very cramped. So we tried to get the front row.
Well, and also the person sitting next to us would probably be somewhat uncomfortable.
Everyone would be uncomfortable.
Yes, but like, we can deal with it. That's our responsibility. But like, forcing that on someone else is
absolutely. But it's just better for everyone. And it's, I almost knocked over this entire table. Excuse me. It's better for everyone. And so we try to get the front row typically. So we sit in the front row. Everything's going peaches and gravy. We're good. And then the flight doors don't close, and the crew members started tensing up. And normally that's not something I would notice or I would pick up, and I don't think it's something you would pick up on as well. But Gigabyte was picking up what they were putting down.
Yeah, he was feeling it.
And so he's normally very good on flights. He's very well behaved. And all of a sudden, he just starts freaking out. He's whining. He wants to go to the door. He wants to run out the plane. Essentially, he's whining. He's doing his little flips because he's leashed, but he's trying to jump out.
Yeah.
And he's just having a hard time. And then, wouldn't you know, like maybe after 5 minutes of him freaking out, they're like, "I'm sorry, we're experiencing technical difficulties
with the engine.
With the engine, the flight's going to be delayed." And so we sat in the plane for 45 minutes to an hour.
We sat there for 40 minutes, but we had a layover in Houston.
No. This is before. You keep trying to jump ahead.
Can I finish what I was saying? But so we sat in the plane for 40 to 45 minutes, but we had a layover in Houston. That way we could connect it. And our connecting time was exactly 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Brat.
Queen.
I know. Thank you for noticing. God. Jeez, it's my podcast. And he's telling me to shut up. Oh. Go for it. Of all the laughs, that's the one I picked. God.
But anyways, so our flight ended up delayed twice?
Once.
One. It was just the once, but there was 2 updates on it.
Yeah.
And anytime there was an update, the tension in the airplane would go up, and Gigabyte would start freaking out again. So that was a rough flight.
Yeah.
Just that start of it was really rough. He settled down
And the one
eventually.
lady was really rude.
The flight attendant?
Yeah, she was not very nice.
Yeah, she was not very nice.
We really have only had wonderful flight attendants, but this one in particular was just not feeling her oats.
She wasn't super nice or accommodating to Gigabyte, which I don't expect extra accommodation, but it was just like...
Just be, like, cognizant.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a dog. He's not perfect. He's an animal. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
He's not going to be perfectly behaved the entire time. And he's picking up on the tension in the room. And so there was no reason to give him dirty looks or, anything like that. He was just doing what he does, and that's pick up on energy and emotions. So we ended up landing in Houston. We landed exactly as our other flight took off. We literally, you could see the plane pulling out of the gate as we're walking off the airplane.
Yep.
That kind of late. And the thing is there were no flights we were originally flying into Santa Ana. And there were no flights from Houston to Santa Ana that would get us there in that 3 o'clock window that we needed to. So, the flight they were redirecting us to was made no sense at all. It was
it was to Vegas.
It was a 2-hour layover in Houston.
Yeah.
To fly to Vegas, to have another 2-hour layover, and then go to LA. And then go to Santa Ana.
Oh yes.
And then, so we were like, yeah, that's not going to work for us because that flight got in at 4 o'clock. We need to be there at 3 o'clock. And so... Which
realistically we needed to land at 1:30 to compensate for the travel time.
Right.
And the traffic that is LA traffic.
Right. And so we had to get with this... Plus this flight attendant, because she had to deal with a lot of angry and upset people. And we were definitely one of the angry, upset people, but we had a very strict time restriction where we weren't sure if it was going to, because if Kristen, we were under the impression that if Kristen did not make this...
we're under the impression.
Yes, we were under the impression that if Kristen did not make this appointment, that her work would be pushed back 2 weeks. And she would not start for another 2 weeks, which... is not good because that is 2 weeks worth of work
that I'm missing.
Exactly. Oh, please excuse the text message I just got.
That's very rude, Ryan. You're a professional.
I know, very rude.
This is the perfect segue to do the camera thingy.
Are we telling them we're doing the camera thingy?
What camera thingy?
What camera thingy?
It's the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Are we telling them that we're doing the camera
Why not?
thingy? Okay, we have to reset the camera real quick. Give us 2 minutes. It's gonna be a cut for them. We have to reset the camera because we're doing the video podcast. Yada yada. We can only record 30 minutes at a time. Yep. Okay. BRB.
Do.
And we're back. Wow.
Wow, magic.
Yeah, it really didn't affect them at all. So
beautiful.
We just made it a little awkward, but that's okay.
We can always change it. No big deal.
Where were we in the story?
We were talking about the flight attendant who was dealing with all the lovely people and what time we needed to be there. And so basically, long story short, the saga that is just the plane issues. We ended up having to fly into LAX because the flight into LAX was nonstop and it landed at a time that we needed. However, our luggage was going to Santa Ana Airport.
Yes.
Which is fine. And so basically we landed on time in LAX. We Uber all the way from LAX to our new apartment complex. And we have Gigabyte, but we don't have any food for him. We have nothing for him because it's all in our luggage.
In the airport.
At the airport. And we don't have our cars yet either, because one's being shipped and one is coming with our U-Haul.
But our car was being delivered that day.
Our car was luckily
my car
ended up being delivered the next day or that day.
That day, yeah.
So we figure out our travel plan, the whole thing, and I rush to get to Disney, and I'm like, hi, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so confused. Like, the whole thing is all just a jumbled mess. And I get there. And Zadie goes, oh, well, you could have come in tomorrow morning. Or you really actually didn't have to come in at all. All you're doing is taking a picture. And I was like...
Yeah, and she was like, because you're a transfer, I don't need any additional information from you.
And I was like...
Yeah.
Oh, that just, like, infuriated me all over. Because, so, my official start date was the 23rd. That's when that meeting was. But I didn't go to, like, any training until the 28th.
Yep.
My life could have been so much easier if they had just told me I'd not be there till the 28th. I would have been there on the 27th with a big old smile on my face because everything would have worked out. But no, everything had to be complicated. Okay, so that was getting here. That was the whole thing.
I appreciated the fact that you glossed over the layover part where Gigabyte pooped in the middle of the airport.
Listen, I'm not going to put our dog's business out like that. And then you go doing it.
I'm not either. I just appreciated the fact that you glossed over that part.
And then you brought us right back to it. So that was the whole journey of, I feel like I just finished like a Lord of the Rings movie. So getting out here was a lot. And then after the 28th, I went to training. And then I started like...
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Gigabyte's...
Let's let him in. Let's see what
he's whining right now. I'm going to go let him in. Gigabyte internet.
And so then
you could hear we were talking about him.
Yeah. So then we... hi, buddy. We decided... Or we didn't decide anything, actually. So then our friend Jordan came, and Jordan was here from the 24th until our stuff came, and he was very gracious, and he helped us move in.
Yeah, he got here, the day after we arrived.
So he came and stayed with us when we literally had nothing in this apartment. I'm not kidding you. We were sleeping on the floor, had nothing. Hi, baby.
Yeah, and so... He very graciously helped us unpack because my dad arrived the same day or the day after.
No, 3 days later he came.
Jordan did not sleep on our floor for 3 days, though.
We had a blow-up mattress. We packed that.
Was it really 3 days?
Yeah.
Wow, I guess it was. Hi, Gigabyte. See, this is why you gotta watch the video version of the podcast so you could see all this juicy Gigabyte content.
Because he's very handsome.
He's very handsome. Although it's mainly like his butt right now, but that's besides the point.
But then after training, I went into like a really like intense, like 11-day training for guest relations. And that was the most overwhelmed I think I've ever been, like, in a workplace because there's so much that, like, you don't know that you don't know.
Yeah.
But now that, like, I'm in the role now, it's been, like, 3 months. I'm getting, like, comfy cozy in it. I love it. I'm very happy. And I love that we live in California. Excuse me. Ow.
You need to go outside again.
Yes, you did. Okay, you're gonna go.
You're interrupting our story time.
You're gonna go. Bye-bye.
Come on, bud. I'll go give him a treat.
Oh, you want a treat?
Come on, Gigabyte. Come on,
He's literally standing on me like I'm Pride Rock. Just... You guys, you really do have to watch the, like, visual... like video part of this because he is very handsome. Oh, see, if you're watching right now, you're getting a gorgeous glimpse of his ear. Look at that ear. Have you ever seen a more handsome ear? I don't think so. But yeah, so that's essentially why I have no that's where I've been. And I'm not planning on having Ryan on every single podcast, but A, he's cute. 2, he is like my like tech guy. He understands how everything works. I don't. And
can you see?
I don't really have a whole bunch of like friends out here quite yet, just because we obviously just moved here. But I did want to share like a little like extra like update for you. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know this already. However, I'm very open and honest about the fact that I'm obsessed with Ryan. Like, everything he does, I want to do. Besides, like, this techie stuff, because that's all over my head. But if he's going somewhere, I want to go. Like, I'm not very independent.
The tree keeps breaking, like, when I try to tempt him with it.
But I don't like being by myself.
Right here now.
That's not, like, my favorite thing in the world. So...
If you hear smacking of the lips, it's Gigabyte on his...
A little bit ASMR.
Enjoying his treat.
But, so, as of right now, Ryan works at Best Buy to just kind of, like, supplement money until, like, we build up our, like, photography clients out here.
Well, yeah, because when you're freelance, you move away and all your clients go away. So it was, and our rent literally doubled in price for this, like, a very similar, for a very similar apartment that we already had.
This one is much nicer.
I mean, yes, but, like, in terms of, like, amenities and luxuries and all that sort of stuff, it's very similar.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, I had to get a job at Best Buy because... California's expensive.
It is expensive.
Very expensive.
Like no bullshit, y'all. Like, my God. We went from paying $1,200 a month for 1,200 square feet. Do you mind?
Gigabyte. It's not playtime, bud. Here.
$1,200 a month for 1,200 square feet to $3,000 a month for 1,200 square feet. Like, it's expensive out here. And that's fine because the culture and everything, like, it's definitely way worth it. Bye, buddy. You want to walk behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's definitely way worth it.
I'm gonna try not to show his wiener too much.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
But back to, like, Ryan and Best Buy. So my clinginess knows no bounds. And guess who got a job at Best Buy for the holiday season? It's your girl. I did it.
Yeah, she did do it. I mean, and it's not like she's doing it just to be clingy. Let's be clear. It makes a lot of sense. She really wanted to work Black Friday.
Yeah, because it's amazing.
She met my managers once, and they're like, yeah, we'd hire her. And so I was like, all right, well, she wants to work Black Friday. It would help to have a little extra money around the holiday season.
Because your girl can shop.
And you can never have enough money, or, like, you can always have more money around the holiday season. Then it's like you get a better Christmas and all that sort of stuff. So it just kind of made sense. Like, why not? And now I get to look at his butt all day. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun experience. She just accepted the job offer, so... There's
literally no place he can hide from me.
I'm very curious how the training's going to go for you and everything like that.
Oh, it's going to be so fun.
But Kristen's very competitive, so this is going to be a little difficult because anything I do, she's going to try to do better. And we'll see what happens with that.
Why? Do you not think I'm going to do better?
No, I think you...
Wait, are you doubting me right now?
No, I think you will do better. I'm not doubting you.
I feel like you're doubting.
No, sweetheart. It's just going to be very competitive around here. More so than it already was, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Is it not?
I don't know. I feel like there's some shade in there.
There's no shade in there, my love.
Y'all, it's on. I'm going to win every time. Every time. Ryan sells $8,000 worth of product. Guess who's going to sell $8,001 worth of product? Me. But yeah, is there anything else that we haven't really shared?
I mean, that's really it. You're caught up to speed at that point. We're just kind of plopped down in LA.
Yeah.
Or Orange County.
We're here.
Which are two different things for people who aren't on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Orange County and LA are two very different things. I found that out.
Instagram is still on my last damn nerve, but that's okay.
Yeah, Instagram is interesting. TikTok is pretty cool.
I'm obsessed with TikTok. I was literally late to a dinner date last night with one of our friends because I could not stop watching TikTok.
Yeah. Other than that, we're just
So follow me on TikTok.
But we're just trying to lay a foundation, grow some roots in Orange County right now. We're still trying to figure it all out here, and that's kind of where we're at. Yeah. That's why so much, literally everything about our life is like turned upside down compared to last time we made this podcast.
I have no excuse for like the first 3 months, so like March through like May, June maybe.
But after May, it was like...
But after June, it's not my fault. Life happened, okay?
Yeah, the past 4 months now has been a wild, wild roller coaster of just taking our life and turning it upside down. But ultimately, I think we're both significantly happier. We enjoy living in California so much more. So does Gigabyte. In case you can't tell, he's loving it out here.
Oh, my God.
The humidity was just really rough on him, and we take him to the dog beach now. We go on longer walks.
And we can see our family more.
Yeah, your family just came out. They just left a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. I'm now 23 and a half. Hey!
Yep, your birthday was just a few days ago. And that's kind of where we're at right now in our life, I feel like.
Yeah.
We're in a spot. We're a lot of growing to do, but a lot of big changes that we've made, and I'm really proud of us. I think looking at there was so much stuff going on, and we just took it as it came.
Yeah.
And handled it appropriately and in a timely manner. So
yeah. And so I want to preface my next podcast because I'm very excited to do it.
Are you teasing them right now about the next episode?
Oh, yes, we love a tease,
in the next episode.
Yeah. So in the next episode, I am going to sit down with Ryan. I may or may not be able to get one of my friends who also dabbles in the Instagram community. We'll just see if our schedules work out. But we're going to talk about Instagram and all the shit that you want to know, but no one really talks about. Because I'm over it. I'm really sick and tired of there being all this secrecy about it, and it's really not a big deal. Let's just fucking go. Let's talk about it. So I've had a lot of people on my Instagram ask me questions, and so that's what I'm going to be answering next week in my podcast. So if you have any questions about
Can I see the questions? Are there any juicy ones that I could be
I will read one of them. If you want to hear
the answer to this.
I will read one of them right now.
Because it's going to be spicy. You want to talk about spiciness that we were talking about earlier. It's going to be a spicy one.
How much do you make per sponsorship?
To be answered in the next episode.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, I just, this whole Instagram thing is weird. And we've all been there. There's times where you feel less than, and there's times where you feel like you're fucking peaking and you're the fucking shit and all that kind of stuff. And it's let's talk about it, because I don't like all this secrecy, and we're all friends. Why not help build each other? Because that's what we're here for.
I'm going to stop you there because you're already saying too much.
I know. Here I go. I'm very passionate.
All right. So if you want to hear us talk and spill the tea about Instagram influencers, then stay tuned to the next episode.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Bye, bitches. No.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Oh, my God. Goodbye. No, that was bad. Do it again.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God. It's so good. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. That was fun.